Hi, Suzanne Stoddart here, and in today's video I'm going to review PrimeDesign AI by Kundan Choudhary. We're going to take a quick look at this sales page, and then I'm going to take you inside the product to show you how it works. I'll then share with you the upsells. We'll talk about the strategy for a beginner. I'll then share with you my pros and cons and my personal recommendation based on my years of experience working as an online marketer. So don't go anywhere. There are things I discovered that you need to know before deciding to purchase this product. And if you're struggling to make your first commission, I have a proven solution for you. If you click on my link below in the description, it'll take you to this page where all you have to do is put in your name, email, click consent and this button, and it'll take you to this page here. This course is called the Simple Traffic Blueprint, and for the price of a pizza, you're going to get step-by-step blueprint for making money online with YouTube without showing your face. And it's 100% dummy-proof. This truly works, and I know this because this is what I'm doing. This could be a real game changer for you, and for only the cost of a pizza. So let's take a quick look at the sales page. He says here that this is the world's first AI marketing toolkit that writes, designs, and builds high-converting sales pages, squeeze pages, etc., and much more in just 3 clicks, no BS. Well, this is BS right here. And even turns marketing copies into videos. No need to ever write a single word. No need to have prior marketing and design experience. Everything is done for you, and all you need is a few clicks. So there you go. It's trying to tell you that this software will do everything for you with little or no work. Also, when you try to click away from this, you'll notice that it offers you a $5 discount, but that's not the case. When you click on that, you're still paying actually $16.99. Now, as you scroll down, of course, it gives you just the 3 steps and then gives you some testimonies. And these are actually real people, but what they say doesn't make sense. So I'm thinking that the testimonies are still fake because Amit here says that PrimeDesign AI is an easy-to-use app and it saves me thousands of dollars every year for creating high-converting marketing copies. Well, this product is only launched today on January 13th. How could it be saving him thousands of dollars every year? So that's what I mean. You have to take a lot of this with a grain of salt. And as a beginner, you have to be very careful when you read pages like this, because they're going to show you lots of things that are most likely fake, because what they want to do is tell you what you want to hear, right? And that's to convince you to buy their product. Let's go inside so I can show you what this software does. This is your dashboard here, and this is a test copy that he has allowed me to use for my review. And this just gives you some overall information about the videos and pages that you have created in your own account. So the first thing you'd want to do is look at the training. This is an overview of the dashboard and all the different tabs down the left here. Then there are videos on how to create projects, how to design a page, how to create videos and design banners and images, and how to add sub-users. Now, these are all general overview videos. They don't necessarily give you all of the information that you need when you're creating something new. So let's start with create a project. I created a few in here already to test it, but just to show you quickly, you would give it a name. I'll just call it test. And then you would select a category. Do you want this to be for an ad, a sales page, a squeeze page, banner ads, emails, okay, call to action, resumes? There's different things you can use in here. So let's try an email campaign. Now, when you look at the different niche selections, they vary depending on which category you choose, and they are fairly limited, okay? It may not have the niche that you're necessarily working in, but I'll pick this one here because this is my niche. Click Next, and now the AI fills in these questions for you. It doesn't always make sense here. It says question 1, what is a pain you want to avoid? Well, make money online isn't what you want to avoid. I find that question 2 is always the same. Okay, it always ends in making products and courses have failed to get results. And then it fills in what the biggest result that that person would want. The second result, a time frame, how many steps, and it's your typical 3 steps like all shiny object pages. And then you can add in what the different steps are. You can add in your product name and the features that you want for that product. Then you can put in a price, you can add your name, and then you can add any more content here. So as you can see, so far this is way more than 3 steps. So we'll click Next, and now it comes up in the editor where you can change things around, rewrite some of it to make it sound like your own voice. And in places like this where there is a link, this is where you would add text and then add your affiliate link right here, okay? So once you're happy with the way that email sounds, you would hit Submit, but let's check that out. Here's my test. So you can go back in here to edit at any time you want, okay? And all of your projects will show up here. Now, these projects that you've created, unless it's from the page designer, these are just giving you copy, okay? So this is something that you would copy paste into your own autoresponder to email out. Down here in settings, there is a way that you can integrate your third-party service, like Aweber or GetResponse. But to be honest, I could see no way to integrate this email with my autoresponder and send it from this software. Next, let's look at the video creator. So now you can enter again a name, select a niche, and there are a few more niches in here. It doesn't show below the bottom of the video here, but there is also software, traffic and sales, video, and weight loss. So again, it is fairly limited, okay? If you work in a specific niche, it may not be here, but let's choose software and click Next. Now, this is the area that you would have to fill out in order to get text on each of your slides for your video. It says what are the key features, and it gives you an example, but the problem I find here is that I can't add any text under the question. You can put the name of your product here, and that can be changed. Again, question 3, I can't add any text in here. Question 6, I can add what the second biggest result is. I'll just put second result. And select the niche for your video sales letter. And we had chosen software. So we click Next, and here is all the text that the AI came up with for your video. Again, you would have to go through this carefully because I have found in some of my other tests that sometimes there are nonsensical words included, like right here, ink blackable. So that doesn't make sense. So make sure you go through it properly, figure black, okay? So there are some definite wand black. There are just some definite errors in here. But once you've adjusted it the way you like, click Next. And now it shows you that you would have 18 slides to your video and the text that is on each slide. Now, some of these seem very long for on one slide because it's going to cover most of your image. And I had hoped that when we moved on, I would be able to separate those slides. So now we want to look for images for your software. So we'll use that keyword and search for images. And this is what the software brings back. We had 18 slides? And it only brought up 17. You can also look for video clips behind each one. So let's see what that brings us. And they're down here. Okay, so I chose 18 different images and videos, and we click Next. And then you're taken to the video editor. and it seemed to have randomly picked some of my choices and decided to add it to more than one slide. So that's a little disappointing. So let's look at this first one. This is the text that's on top of your image or your video. You can change it up a bit. If you highlight this, you can choose a different font. You can change the background color and your text color, and then you can change your font size. So that's what your first one would look like. There is no way to center or change the ribbon size here. What you see is what you get. And then you can decide on the length of time that you want this slide to show. So obviously, if you have a lot of text, you're going to want to put it on there for longer. And I had also hoped that changing this would have changed all of the slides, but as you can see, it didn't. So you would have to again go back, highlight everything. Even though it's showing it's on that font, it doesn't make it that font. So I just clicked a different one and then back to that one. Clicked on this again to get your background color and had to re-choose the text size. And then you can adjust where you're putting it because the font is bigger. It's not quite coming to the end here, but there's nothing you can do about that. So you would have to go through each slide and manually change it. And like I said, I find that there is much too much text here for this one slide. And I had hoped that when I clicked add a new slide, it shows down here, but there's no way of moving it up because I had hoped to maybe take some of this erase some of this content here and add it to the new slide, but the new slide stays at the end of your video. Next is your page designer. Again, give it a name. We'll call this one Pet Care. Now you can use a template or you can work from scratch. So I'll show you the template first. To be honest, this looks like your typical shiny object sales page, but you can edit it any way you like. Now anything you click on here can be adjusted. There is the content itself you can adjust. You can adjust the style with all of these features in here. And this advanced is an upsell because I have no access to this particular tab. So let's say you wanted to remove this entire section here. You would press delete and let's add in another section. So let's add in the thumbnail gallery. You can't drag it and drop it. When you click the plus sign, it brings it all the way down to the bottom. We'll click on that whole section to make sure we have it. And again, drag it up. So you can see it's pretty glitchy here. Okay, so I've got it up here now. So let's say that's where you wanted to put it. And then of course you could use the sidebar here to change anything that you want to change. So there are a lot of different editing features in here. Okay, you can add a lot of different types of blocks, widgets, affiliate links. Okay, there's lots of different things you can do in here. But as I said, it's a little bit glitchy, so you're going to have to play with it. And the training was not specific to everything in here. It was just a general overview. So it's going to take some practice for you to work with this editor. When you're happy with it, you click Save, and you can see it here in your project list. Now, if you wanted to work from scratch by adding whatever elements you want. So let's say I wanted a squeeze page. I would click on this, and this is the problem that I'm seeing. It's always coming up with this error, okay? It's not showing me the box that I had chosen, which was right here. So let's delete that and try again. This is the body that I wanted in. I want this particular page. And as you can see, and I've tried this several times while testing the software, and this is always what I'm getting. So there's definitely some glitches in here. Let's try the thumbnail gallery. And as you can see, it's not coming up properly either. It's just giving me a row of images. So there's definitely some parts of this software that is not working properly. Next is your banner designer. And this is where I would assume you would want to make banners for your header on your website or on your page, or maybe your sidebars, but there's no way to come up with an image size in advance. We can add a background image, and I'll put in pets, and basically the size of your picture is going to depend on the size of the image that you choose. If I choose this one, it's tall and narrow. If I choose this one, okay, see, it all depends on the size of the image that you choose. And it does not allow you to upload anything from your computer, so your only choices are what the software brings up according to your keyword. Next is the image designer, and this is just your basic little image editor. Okay, you can upload one from your computer, or you could create a new one, and here you can set your size. And at this point, you can drag and drop from your computer. Just make sure that the ones that you drag and drop are the same size as your canvas. And there are editing things down here. There are different icons that you can use to do a little bit of editing. You can adjust how opaque it is. You can give it an outline, and you can give it a shadow. Now, personally, I find this much too simple for my use. If you go to canva.com online, that is a free image editor that can do so much more than this one can. And again, if you want to save this, you would need to click done, and it downloads to your computer. Next down here are your sub-users. Now, if you were using this for commercial purposes, let's say you had some clients that you wanted to allow them to use the software, you would enter their information here, and this would be a list of all your users. I showed you the training. The settings was to integrate different third-party services, which again, I can't see where you would add that to your pages. The traffic analysis is very basic, and the rest of these are all upsells. But before we talk about the strategy, let me show you the upsells. The front-end product costs $16.99, and then there are 7 upsells. They all have their own price plus a downsell, all right, and it's the usual unlimited, stocks, traffic edition, YouTube edition, SEO edition, the reseller license, and the Delta edition. Now, I would be very careful here. These sales pages are all very convincing. I highly recommend, if you do want to buy this, to just get the front end, see if you like it, and notice that all the other upsells are listed right here for you to purchase. So how would this strategy work if you were a beginner and wanted this product? Well, first of all, how would you drive traffic to your pages? Because if you don't have any traffic, you're not going to make any sales, right? So when you look inside here, the only form of traffic that they're giving you is with this share link here. And it gives you access to a few sites here. Some of these are not recognizable to me, but they might be to you. And there's the typical Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, that type of thing. So would this type of sharing work for you? Well, the software will push the page to your social media account, but to what end? Do you have a huge following of people who are interested in buying what you're promoting? Or are they just friends and family? Most beginners will not have a targeted social media account for a specific niche because they're just beginners. So what are the pros and cons of this software? Well, a pro would be the AI content writer. The AI portion does work okay if you're looking for help with your advertising copy. The cons are that this is a glitchy software. Now, this may be due to the system being overloaded on the first day of the launch, but only time will tell there. Another con are the poor traffic sources. Like any shiny object, they only provide you with the usual media share links, which never really work. And a third con would be that this is a one-time cost software. There's no guarantee this will be available for the long run because there are no monthly fees coming in from any type of subscription. So how is the vendor going to afford to update and maintain this software when it starts to break down? it might simply disappear. So my personal recommendation is no, I wouldn't purchase this software. At least not right away. It's just too glitchy, and there are definitely areas in here that need fixing. Wouldn't you prefer a more reliable alternative? If you click my link below, you will access some training, for only the cost of a pizza, by the way, to help you make your first commissions online. This is proven training that works, and I know because this is what I do. So thanks so much for watching my review today. If you liked it, would you please click like and subscribe to my channel? If you have any comments or questions, just leave them below and I'll get right back to you. So until next time, keep doing that research. Cheers.